channel, y'all. We're back with a new project today. Going back to a bagger again. This one's pretty tore up. It's got a bunch of cool stuff on it too. Pardon our progress in the shop. We're trying to clean it up. Got some of the old nasty carpet up. So just bear with our construction for right now.
Work in progress.
But let's go and do a walk around on the bike, show you what all it does have, what all it's tore up, and get started from there. And what all we're going to do to it. So I bought this bike because it had a few of the things that I know I'm going to do anyway, and some of the stuff that's tore up I'm going to replace anyway too. Number one, the bags. They're both messed up. We know we're going to put stretch bags on there. It's already got a 21-inch front wheel on there, which was a big plus. Already got apes. That's going to save us a bunch of money too. It had a fancy seat on it, but the transporter lost it. We'll say I don't know what happened to it, but it wasn't here when it got here. And the coolest thing, I didn't know it had this when I first bid on it, but it's already got dirty air ride set up on it, which is pretty cool. So and it's got a stereo on it. It had a lot bigger stereo than what I really care to work with. I'm assuming it had these on both sides. And it had a bunch of amps and stuff on that side also. So we have a bunch of extra electrical wiring that I want to get rid of. I don't care about any of that stuff. We all know it's an easy way to start a fire. So I'm going to go ahead first, before we do anything, get both the grounds off of both batteries. It's got a battery in here too. So get the grounds off of both of those, and we'll start getting the bike tore apart, see what all's tore up, and we'll get some parts coming for it. Alright, so when we first got the bike, this was all that was left of the ignition switch. It was just broke off, so I couldn't tell if it ran or anything. We got one ordered off of eBay, and it just came in yesterday. So we're going to go ahead and see if it runs before we do anything and spend any money on it. Really loud. Well, it runs, so we can spend some money on it now. We're gonna have to remove a bunch of wires off of this thing, I guess.
That's Velcro.
That's some serious Velcro right there. Be easy. Somebody already stole all the amps and speakers off of this. Shouldn't have said easy. Damn it. Oh man. Oh, it's all sorts of bent. That's one way of doing it. So we go ahead and get this tour pack off, because we're not going to be able to run it with our stretch fender anyway. Alright, I've already found out this thing is just sitting on there. And you can see our cowbell's bent here, so we'll have to replace that. Of course, the only way to do that is to take off all the stuff on the top and drop the fork legs all the way out. So I guess what I'm going to do, oh, and both of our fairing support brackets are both just bent all to hell. So I guess we'll go ahead, get the front fender off, get this bent light bar off of here, and I'll start pulling the inner fairing stuff off, because like I said, it's going to come off anyway. And then we'll get the stereo out of it, because I checked with the ignition switch, it still works. So when I clean, I want to get all this auction dust off of it. I don't want to pressure wash that radio because it does still work, and that'll save us a couple $100. So we'll go ahead and get that pulled out, and then I guess we'll get it cleaned up and start ordering parts. Try to get this fender off. And let's see if I can make sense of all this, all these wires and stuff. You know what, I think I'm going to pull the battery out altogether just to make some room. Just want to try to keep track of what goes where. This is kind of a mess. Still don't have it all out. Alright, we got all this, but then this goes underneath the bike. Well, I'm just going to cut off the big fat wires going through here because we're not going to use that. And like I said, I'm just going to run the factory speaker, the factory outputs from our head unit to our two front speakers. That's the only speakers I'm running, so I'm going to do away with all this so we can go ahead and get it off the bike. And I'll clean up all these wires, figure out what goes to what later on. And that is officially all the stereo wires out of that thing. All the stuff we're going to need, we'll go ahead and make a list. That's coming off, that's coming off. We're doing our stretch fender like we do, so we'll lose all that. So we'll need to go ahead and order our plasma rod taillights and control module. These, both of our saddlebag support bars are both bent. We only have one muffler, so we'll order 2 new mufflers for it. Obviously, you got to have a seat. We'll pull the tank off, paint the side covers and the tank black because our bags will come black. So obviously, we have to order our saddlebags too. What else we got? Cowbells. Need to get those coming. Our interfering support brackets. We'll clean up that wheel and use it. Probably paint the lowers on this. And headlight, outer fairing, windshield, mirrors, levers. And I think that's about it. So we'll go ahead and get all that stuff coming right now. So let's go ahead and get this thing outside and get it cleaned up. What's up, y'all? We're about to hose down the all this dust from the auction off of it and get it cleaned up so we're not getting all over it, getting it all over us to work on it, and see what it looks like underneath. Alright, y'all, thanks for watching another one of our videos. On the next episode, we'll go ahead and get some parts interchanged here so we can start mocking up the stretched rear fender, and we'll go ahead and get the tank sent off, get everything else sent off for paint, and start building on it. So please continue to share our videos, and we appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks.